Hi, good morning. Aziz here from Shifa Naturals. Today we are talking about something powerful, that is confidence. It's a fuel that drives success while fear holds us back. Inspired by David J. Schwartz's book, The Magic of Thinking Big, we are diving into how confidence is something we build, not something we are simply born with. But first, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more insights and motivation to fuel your confidence journey. So, ready, let's jump in and watch till the end and build our successful life. The number one is recognize that action cures fear. Schwartz says that the best way to dissolve fear is action. Action. Have you ever noticed that the longer you wait to do something, the scarier it gets? Think about something you're nervous about. For example, starting a conversation, speaking up at work, or trying something new. Just one small action can start to dissolve that fear. So start taking action. Let's take an example most of us can relate to: learning to drive a car. Is driving easy when you're just starting out? No, not at all. In fact, it can feel pretty intimidating. But here's the thing: if we waited until we felt completely confident or perfect at driving, we might never even get behind the wheel. Instead, we start with small steps. We practice with a driving instructor in a safe environment, maybe even on quiet roads at first. As we practice week by week, we build courage, and over time, usually just 3 to 4 weeks in, we start driving on our own. We weren't perfect from the start, but these small actions help dissolve the fear. Eventually, driving becomes a second nature. So, just like the driving, building confidence in any area doesn't happen overnight. It's all about, as the saying goes, well begun is half done. Taking that first step may feel like the hardest part, but once you start, momentum builds, and suddenly what seemed challenging becomes achievable. So start taking small actions and let me know in the comments what's one small action you can take today. Second term, overcoming different types of fears. Let's talk about some common fears and how to tackle them. The first common fear is fear of failure. Ever held back because you are scared to fail? Yes, it's common. Schwartz suggests starting with small, achievable tasks. It's all about progress, not perfection. Ever held back because you are scared to fail? Schwartz suggests that with small, achievable tasks, remember, it's all about progress, not perfection. Let's take the example of legendary actor Kamal Hassan. Known for his versatility, he acted in over 230 films, won 3 national awards, 19 Filmfare Awards, and even received the Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan. But did you know how many of his films were actually blockbusters? Only 15, just 6.5% of his films. He's also had around 80 flops, which is roughly 35% of his movies. If Kamal Hassan had let fear of failure stop him, would he have reached these heights? Not at all. His journey shows us that failure is just a part of process, something to learn from, not to fear. So let's not worry about the failures. Let's start, take the first step, and keep going. The second fear is the fear of rejection. Rejection hurts, no doubt about it, but perseverance is the key. Let's take a look at the Hindi film industry for some inspiration. Actor Akshay Kumar, for instance, faced rejection for 7 long years before he finally got his first film. Can you imagine the patience and determination it took to keep going despite all these rejections? And here's another classic example: Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. Believe it or not, this film, now one of the biggest hits in Bollywood history, was initially rejected by multiple producers. But the team persisted, and today, even after 29 years, It's a beloved movie that fans still enjoy watching. These stories show us that rejection is just a stepping stone. With perseverance, what seems like a setback can turn into something incredible. So let's remember rejection doesn't define our journey, it's just one part of it. So start small and watch your confidence grow. The third fear is the fear of unknown. Our minds love to fill in the blanks with worst case scenarios. Fear of the unknown is something we all face, and our minds just love to fill in the blanks with worst case scenarios. We imagine the most daunting outcomes, which often hold us back from taking action. Like when we join a new job, we worry about that we may mess up on our first day. We think that people might not like us. We can overcome this by focusing on learning in small steps instead of worrying about everything at once. Just aim to know your team members and understand one task at a time. This approach makes the environment feel more familiar and less intimidating. Suppose you are transferred and moving to a new city. Our mind jumps to ideas like, what if I don't make any friends? Or what if I end up feeling completely alone? Let's overcome this by breaking it down. Start by exploring your new neighborhood, connecting with local groups, or reaching out to friends of friends. These little steps will make the unknown feel more manageable, and before you know it, the city starts to feel like home. While starting a new project or business, we imagine failure, financial loss, or even public embarrassment. If the project doesn't succeed, let's overcome the same by taking a step by step approach, focusing on smaller, achievable goals. Let's like setting up a website or connecting with potential clients. This gradual approach helps reduce anxiety, and over time, the project feels more achievable. So take a big unknown and break it into manageable steps. Whether it's a new job or moving to a new city, let's make the unknown a bit more familiar. And the fourth is the fear of public speaking. Nearly 80% of people fear public speaking. So you are not alone. But here's the good news. Confidence in public speaking isn't a rare talent. It's a skill anyone can build. We worry, we forget our words, stumble, or get judged harshly by the audience. Let's overcome the same by practicing in small, low stake settings first, like speaking in front of friends or even recording yourself in front of a mirror to get comfortable hearing your voice. Building confidence in these smaller settings prepares you for larger audience, making the unknown feel less threatening. Now, point number three, using small wins to build big confidence. Swatch also emphasizes the power of small wins. These victories, even tiny ones, build the foundation of our confidence. Have you ever completed a small task that made you feel like a superhero? Then drop a emoji in the comments if you have felt that rush. Visualize success instead of failure. This is a fourth point. Visualization is like rehearsal for the mind. Remember, everything is created twice, first in your mind, then in reality. Like the architect who will give you a 3D design of your home first, then after your approval constructs the same. By visualizing a successful outcome, you are priming your brain to believe it's possible. Visualization really can set the stage for success. When you picture your goals vividly, it not only motivates you, but also helps you identify the steps you need to take. Writing them down adds the extra layer of commitment and clarity. It's like giving your dreams a roadmap. Then picture your goals with as much detail as you can. Imagine what it feels like to achieve them and let that energy pull you forward. Picture yourself acing that interview or nailing that presentation. Your mind will start to believe what it sees. Just remember, as Winston Churchill said, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It's the courage that counts. Point number five, surround yourself with positive influences. Who you surround yourself will affect your confidence. Seek out to those who uplift and inspire you. Have a mentor or friend who inspires you a lot. Mention them in the comments and spread the positivity. Here are some of the famous mentor-mentee relationship in the world you can see. Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg, Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey and Maya Angelou. So there is a coach, a mentor behind every successful person. So who is your coach and who is your mentor? Please find one if you have no one. Embrace the I can do it attitude. Now can you repeat after me? I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Confidence grows with consistent self-belief. So each time doubt creeps in, counter it with I can do it. Practice this daily and watch your confidence soar. Finally, grab hold of the book Magic of Thinking Big. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more insights and motivation. Let's conquer fear together and let's make our life beautiful. Thank you for watching. Namaste. Thank you.